What are the rarest items in my collection? Coming up in this video, so let's take it away.
Consider subscribing if you already haven't and hit the bell button so you don't miss anything.
Hey guys and girls, welcome to a new video. How are you doing? I hope you are doing marvelously well. In this video, rare items, rare games. What are the rarest games in my collection? When something is rare, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be expensive. And when something is expensive, it doesn't necessarily have to be rare. There are games in the Genesis collection that are not rare but are expensive because the games are very sought after. As you may know, I am a big Sega fan and I'm a Sega collector, but I have some items outside of the Sega scope. I have some Nintendo items, for example, but I have here a Nintendo item that is also a Sega item. Weird? No, this is Ikaruga. I have it for the Nintendo Gamecube, but the Dreamcast version, that's the original version, the Dreamcast version is only a Japanese release. There is a European release for the Nintendo Gamecube. The Dreamcast version is expensive and rare, but the Nintendo Gamecube version also. I have it luckily in a complete inbox and in a mint state condition. Really happy with that. Now let's talk die-hard Sega again. I have here a game named Exo Squad. That game, you'll say, is that rare? No, it's not a typical mainstream game, but it isn't really rare. But it's valuable. Why? Because I have a sealed copy of the game. I didn't open it, no one opened it in 20 years, and I'm really happy with that. Regretfully, I couldn't play the game only on the emulator, but I own it. I already said it, rare doesn't necessarily mean expensive. In this case, I have a game for the Game Gear that is rare because it's a Japanese only release. I have here Gunstar Heroes. Gunstar Heroes for the Megadrive is rare, but this is even rarer. The Game Gear version is a port of the Megadrive version. The port is really well done. They copied the music, a lot of the elements of the levels and the sprites are somewhat the same. Of course, the graphics are a bit watered down because it's a 16-bit version and this is an 8-bit version, but the port is really well done. What I don't like about the game is the flickering of the screen because they use too many sprites. And for a treasure game which is always quality, why didn't you test the game? Regretfully, but nevertheless it's a fun game to play. Then a Mega Drive game that was released at the end of the life cycle of the Mega Drive, and that means that it didn't really sell very well. It is a pretty darn good game though. I'm talking about Rystar for the Mega Drive. Rystar is a top platformer game with a lot of good graphics, really rememberable music. I like this game a lot. It's a platformer. The game has borrowed some ideas from Sonic, and that's not really weird because they used the Sonic engine to program the game. Nevertheless, if you didn't play it, it's definitely high on my list to recommend it to you if you didn't. Rystar for the Mega Drive. We are going up in price. Over here I have a rare game because it was released on a rare system. I have here a 32X game. This is Space Harrier. It's an improved version of the Mega Drive version. It's definitely not one of my favorite games, but it is a really iconic game for the era and the way that it's played. 3D, no, it's 2D with a 3D flavor, let's call it that way. Not my favorite game, but yeah, I somewhat like it. We are now going to the collector's editions of the games. Next up on my list is a game of treasure. So that means quality. But I think it's not the best treasure game there is, because it's so easy that makes it a little bit less fun to play. Nevertheless, graphics are great, music is great. I'm talking about Treasureland Adventure. Treasureland Adventure is a platformer game, of course, for the Megadrive, what I already said. It's colorful, it's rich, it's original. If you didn't play it, you definitely have to play it. But if you want to own it, yeah, it's a game of 100 euros. I have it boxed, so without the manual, it goes for 80 to 100 euros without the manual. The next game on my list is also, of course, a collector's game. It's a shooter, it's a Konami shooter. I am talking about Sunset Riders for the Megadrive. It's an expensive game, it's about 110, 120 euros when you want to have it complete in box. I have mine luckily in mint condition. It's a cowboy themed, not brawler, but it's a shooter. I like it a lot. It is pretty difficult. You need to play it. There are two versions, by the way. There is a Megadrive version and there is a SNES version. The SNES version is somewhat better in my opinion, because the graphics are better, because the graphics of the SNES are better. I didn't play it, but I saw some YouTube footage. Yes, it's definitely a must play if you didn't and if you like shooters. So, Sunset Riders Megadrive. Not only Megadrive games on my list, I have my next game over here, and that is a Mega CD game. The Mega CD is pretty rare, but the games can't be rarer. And I have such a rare game in front of me. I am talking about Robo Aleste. Robo Aleste is the sequel to Musha. That is a really sought after game on the Megadrive, really rare too. I have the Mega CD version. I bought it on sale once for 20 guilders. That is about 8 euros. That was back in the day, at the end of the life cycle of the Megadrive and the Mega CD. I have it complete in box. It's pretty mint condition. There are some minor scratches on it, but that was already the case when I bought the game. And of course the manual too, and it is in really good condition. I'm really proud to own it. A couple of months ago I didn't know that it was that rare. I saw a YouTube movie, a guy that was talking about that game, and it was so rare. And I thought, I have it too. Robo Aleste Mega CD. You have rare games and you have sought after games. And this game is both. This game is probably the best Mega Drive game ever released. This is Gunstar Heroes. I talked about earlier about the Game Gear version, but this is the Mega Drive version. Gunstar Heroes is a treasure game. It's a quality game. The gameplay, it's hard. The gameplay is good. The music is good. The characters are good. You have a couple of different weapons. Gunstar Heroes is a must play if you own a Mega Drive. You owe it to yourself to play Gunstar Heroes. A lot of people are really enthusiastic about the game. I am too, but it's not because everyone says it. No, I played it myself, and I know when I would have been a kid right now, at this moment, I would have liked the game. Gunstar Heroes is definitely a must-play game for the Mega Drive. And rare too. It goes for 150 to 200 euros complete in box. I have mine in mint condition and I'm so happy with that. Some stuff is rare because it didn't sell very well. And in this case I'm talking about a console, and this console was surpassed by the Saturn within a year. There was a conflict between Sega of Japan and the USA. The USA wanted to bring a really new 30-bit 2 console and developed the 32X. The 32X, it didn't sell very well because Sega of Japan decided that, well, within a year the Saturn will come out. And the Saturn was better than the 32X. So the life cycle was really short of this system. There were only a handful of games released in the 30, but not more than that. This is rare. It goes for 150 euros maybe, but I have it in a really special condition because I have the original manual booklets and a, well, not mint condition, but a very good condition box. Some stuff did sell very well, and some stuff was so successful that Sega made iterations on that. And I have here a iteration that is rare because that iteration, there were not a lot of stuff made of that, because it was an iteration of the Megadrive, but they combined it with the Mega CD, which wasn't really popular. And I have in front of me the Multi-Mega. It is a combination device again for the Megadrive and the Mega CD. The idea was that you also could play audio CDs with this device. So there is a slot in here for batteries. So when you take into account that a Megadrive and Mega CD combination was combined about this size, they made it into a really small device that even the batteries are still, you can still subtract the batteries from this, and they made a really compact device. The problems with this device is that there weren't many made and not many sold. And the replacement of the disc of the laser in this device is really difficult. That's why I don't use it anymore, because I only recently found out that this device was so valuable. I paid about 75 guilders for this thing. That was at the end of the life cycle of the Megadrive. That is about 35 euros. And I'm really mad at myself because I think 2 or 3 years ago I threw away the box. I had it complete in box. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you already haven't, and hit the bell button below to stay notified. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!